Hi, so in our previous episode we start our home page, which will now help us start the remaining pages a bit quicker. So the next page to start is our single page, which is the page that displays an article. So on the page on which we read the article. So let's go ahead and create the page. We'll use the index page and save it as, and then we'll name it single. So that's how we are going to call that page, single. So we are on the single page. On the single page we read an article, so we get the article title. So and the title will appear in the HTML document title area. So once that done, we have the article aspect. We want that, we can keep it. So let's clear the remaining articles. So the pagination is not needed here. The footer is okay. So all I have to do now to view this page is to go to single.php/single.php, and I can see the page here. So here we need the article, we need the image. I think right under the image we have the social media links. So for that I'm going to add, let's say, going to add a div that will now contain, let's say, a title. So that title is going to be some h4 text, and that will be sharing is caring. And then right beneath it will have a URL, and then for inch we have a link that points to a social media. So let's say Facebook, Instagram, then we have, let's say, TikTok, so something like this. Now instead of TikTok, let's use Twitter, so it looks short. Okay, so it is messed up here because it is applying our previous style. This is not recent articles but single. We'll call this a single article. So this will make us lose some of the stars. Great. So our articles covers the header, which is great. So now we can scroll and then see the sharing, and then the article title comes in. So we just apply some styling and we are good to go. Let's look at the prototype. So we have the styling and then the text and then the author under. So let's go ahead. The author must appear right under the text, so the text is going to be here. Okay, I think that works. Yes, right under that works. And this is going to be a full text. So for the full text we are going to generate some dummy text. So let me keep it here and say full text here. So yes, article wrapper, I think I don't need this. So let's see what we have. So let me just fix this guy. So here we are. So we name it sharing or simply share. So we go into our CSS, we create a grid separation and we say single. So right here we add the sharing aspect, which is supposed to display as flex, and then justify content space around, not space between, so that it throws the sharing at the right side. Yes. So at the same time in the sharing UL I want to have the same star exactly like this. So for the sharing URL, I would like to eliminate the padding and margins. 0, margin 0. And then for the LI, I think I made some mistake here. So for the LI, list style type none, and we also cancel the padding and margin because we have a link inside. Great. So we have fixed. So now we can say all the A's inside, so the links inside, display them as block, give them some padding, small padding, and then probably, let's see what we have. Great. Probably give them some border of 1 pixel solid, and we keep it white. So now we can see them well. So, and we also need to align item center. Great. So it looks centered with this guy. Align content to center. Great. So for the social media, so it's okay. I think the sharing, I need to increase the size. So where is it, sharing? So I will take the sharing again and target the heading 4, I think, and then font size, so let's say 1.5 rem. Great. So, and I would like to add some colon in front of it so that it shows that something is going on. So on the social media icons here, which is the links, I would like to round the border to just say 3 pixels, and then I would also like to give them some margin. I will get some space, so 0. Little space. Great. So on mouse over, when the mouse hovers on these links, so hover, I would like to give it a background color of white. Great. And at that moment the text color should become black, so we change the color into black. Great. Cool. And here it sounds like a tech something that does beep. So we could slow that down by saying transition or in 0.4 milliseconds, and then we take it easy in, out. Great. And this comes a little bit slower. Great. So we could even take this effect and place it on all our links. So we have links somewhere here, so we place it here. So this will apply to any link anywhere. Great. So whatever effect we apply to the link, we have that. So we have the author here. So the remaining thing is to work on the title. Should we increase the title? Yes, we said the title here should be a lot big. So we are going to target it here, article wrapper. So we'll rather say here single wrapper, so that we make the difference between the article wrapper we had previously and single wrapper. Although we want the same style, but if I keep it that way, it will create a big conflict. So single wrapper, heading 2, font size, so we make it 5 rem, a little bit bigger than the other one. Great, so something like that. And then we can also decide to eliminate the margins and padding so that it gets some space, it gets closer to the text right beneath it. So if we reload, we get some little space, and that makes sense. So for our text, we'll just add some dummy text and see how it looks like. So lorem ipsum dole receipt amet, and then that's the text editor that generated this text. So if I replicate it, I'll bring the text several times and see what it looks like. Okay, so that's what our text looks like, and I don't like it because the line height is too small and the font size is too small as well. So let's increase that. So I think we can work on that either on the on our body tag, then it applies everywhere, or we can work on it specifically on that article, single page. So I think it is better we work on it here. So line height, let me make it 1.625, and let's see what we have. Great, so that gives the line some space to breathe. So the next thing is the text is a bit brilliant, it's too bright, so let me make it rather dim it and see what we have. Still, so let me use ed. Okay, so what of dd? Okay, this seems a bit cool. So now the font size too, the default font size is going to be, let's say, 17 pixels. Let's see what we have. Great, this looks okay. So the published on by author's name, let's make that look bold, and for that we can start the time tag, but I personally prefer we use a strong tag. Let's start the time tag here. So since the time tag here is under the single article, we can make that, we can separate it. So we go to single article wrapper, so single wrapper time text font weight bold. Great. So yes, so we have it. Our article single page is visible. Our article single page is ready. So if we also preview it on the small devices, we'll see something here. So what we could do is to just reduce the text size, the title size on small devices. So remember, I was telling you what we were doing at the home page is going to help us here a lot, and you can see the benefit here right now, because we did not need to do some of these works on arranging the container and so on. So let's just fix the title on small devices. So this is where we have the title. So by default, let's make it, let's say 2 on small devices, so like this. Then when we get on large screens, so we are looking for our media query. So when we get to large screens, so we're here, we can now increase the font size to 5. Great. So by doing so, we have it like that in small devices. Let me see on iPad. So if I increase it, because we made it consider iPad as a large device, so this is something we could also fix, but for now we don't worry too much. We just consider the small devices, and then the rest we consider them as big large screens. So if we move on to large screens, we have it like that. So okay, we can see here we still have the link, which is not really recommended because we don't need to click on that link. So we can remove the link from the title here. No, this is single, so the image too, we don't need the link. Yes, and then the title is right under, wait a minute, yes, here. So also I would like the name to be a link so that we can always click on it and return at the home page. So I will do a link and then paste the name, and then that will return us to index.php. So I will do the same thing on the index page, so by copying it and pasting. Right, so if I refresh, great, now I can click on the link and return there. So I'm going to also have the link from the home page on these articles to link to the single.php, so that we have that flow of how the information works on the site right from the design. So like this. So we have 3 articles, so on any of them, when I click, it will take me to the single. So I think I have to do the same thing for the image link. So like this, and we are good to go. Great, wonderful. So at this point, you would have realized things are going faster, and thank you for watching it, and see you in the next episode. We are going to design to start working on the admin dashboard interfaces. So thank you for watching, and see you then.